He was sentenced to 35 years in jail after being convicted of 17 out of the 22 charges against him. The judge took into account over 1,200 days he's already spent in detention, including the 112 days that he spent in unlawful incarceration in Quantico, Virginia. So that basically included the 112 days about which Amnesty International had some serious concerns, along with the UN Special Rapporteur on torture and other cruel, inhuman and degrading treatment, in relation to his almost 10-month solitary confinement. Well, what is stunning in relation to this sentencing is that he has been charged with 35 years in relation to disclosing information that the public need to know. So information relating to the US government's non-compliance with humanitarian law and international human rights law. It's important to note that in relation to, for example, the torture of detainees in the notorious Abu Ghraib facility in Iraq, no higher level officials were ever held to account. Only low-ranking officials were ever charged for anything, and they have all now been released. So it seems to be a stark contrast between the sentence or the time in jail that Bradley Manning will have to spend, as opposed to other US officials who have committed quite serious human rights violations, including also those officials who authorised the use of secret detention and torture in the now notorious Extraordinary Rendition Program. Absolutely. Amnesty International and the UN Special Rapporteur on torture and other cruel, inhuman and degrading treatment found that his incarceration, both in Iraq and then in Virginia, in the US, did breach international law to the extent that he was held in solitary confinement for 23 out of 24 hours per day. The UN Special Rapporteur made this statement in 2012 where he actually condemned the US government for not having a legitimate reason to treat Bradley Manning in such a way with the solitary confinement that he was subjected to over that long period of time. So Amnesty International is calling upon everybody to join a petition on the Amnesty International USA website, where we're asking for the President to exercise clemency in recognition of Bradley Manning's poor treatment in his pre-trial detention, the fact that his trial lacked due process, and also his remorse for doing what he did. The President doesn't need to wait for the lawyers for Bradley Manning to actually appeal this sentence. He can do so whenever he likes, and we're really calling upon him to do that sooner rather than later.